hold up. Wait a minute. So Melania Trump, First Lady, released a statement yesterday distancing herself from Jeffrey Epstein and also denying that she was his victim. And what stunned me was that she called on Congress to hold public hearings, and that these public hearings need to center Jeffrey Epstein's victims. Here is a statement, and I'm gonna watch it with you and react to it. Let's watch it together.
Good afternoon. The lies linking me with the disgraceful Jeffrey Epstein need to end today.
So when I heard that, I wondered, or what?
The individuals lying about me are devoid of ethical standards, humility, and respect. I do not object to their ignorance, but rather I reject their mean-spirited attempts to defame my reputation. I never been friends with Epstein. Donald and I were invited to the same parties as Epstein from time to time, since overlapping in social circles is common in New York City and Palm Beach. To be clear, I never had a relationship with Epstein or his accomplice, Maxwell. My email reply to Maxwell cannot be categorized as anything more than casual correspondence.
So there are all these reports or talk of an email, that seems a little bit more, closer than just casual friendship, but that may just be how she holds conversations. But I'm not sure if that is the email that she's referring to, or if there is some other email. But you can actually find, some of what is like the email that folks are speculating. The name is redacted. The sender, the ones that I've seen, the name is the sender is redacted, and then it's signed Melania. But you know, uh, I assume that is what she's referring to, but it could be a different email. So let's keep on going.
My polite reply to her email doesn't amount to anything more than a trivial note. I am not Epstein's victim. Epstein did not introduce me to Donald Trump. I met my husband by chance at a New York City party in 1998. This initial encounter with my husband is documented in detail in my book, Melania. The first time I crossed paths with Epstein was in the year 2000 at an event Donald and I attended together. At the time, I had never met Epstein and had no knowledge of his criminal undertakings. Numerous fake images and statements about Epstein and me have been circulating on social media for years now. Be cautious about what you believe. These images and stories are completely false.
Be cautious about what you believe. I think that should probably apply to statements like Haitians eat cats and dogs, um, or some of the other statements that the administration makes. So just an additional comment there. I would say be cautious of what you believe, even when it's coming from the administration.
I'm not a witness or a named witness in connection with any of Epstein's crimes. My name has never appeared in court documents, depositions, victim statements, or FBI interviews surrounding the Epstein matter. I have never had any knowledge of Epstein abuse of his victims. I was never involved in any capacity. I was not a participant, was never on Epstein's plane, and never visited his private island. I have never been legally accused or convinced of a crime in connection with Epstein's sex trafficking, abuse of minors, and other repulsive behavior. The false smears about me from mean-spirited and politically motivated individuals and entities looking to cause damage to my good name, to gain financially and climb politically, must stop. My attorneys and I have fought these unfounded and baseless lies with success and will continue to maintain my sound reputation without hesitation. To date, several individuals and companies have been legally obligated to publicly apologize and retract their lies about me, such as Daily Beast, James Carville, and HarperCollins UK. Now is the time for Congress to act. Epstein was not alone. Several prominent male executives resigned from their powerful positions.
That is true. Epstein was not alone. That's why there's the whole Epstein class. And um, anyway, yeah, she's correct. He wasn't alone.
Positions after this matter became widely politicized. Of course, this doesn't amount to guilt, but we still must work openly and transparently to uncover the truth. I call on Congress to provide the women who have been victimized by Epstein with a public hearing specifically centered around the survivors. Give these victims their opportunity to testify under oath in front of Congress with the power of sworn testimony. Each and every woman should have her day to tell her story in public if she wishes, and then her testimony should be permanently entered into the congressional record. Then, and only then, we will have the truth. Thank you.
So I was surprised by her calling for Congress to hold public hearings, and the fact that she also mentioned that there were powerful executives, the Epstein class, that were involved in that. She's stating all of that. But I also was listening. Maybe I missed it. Leave me a comment and let me know if I missed that part. But I didn't hear her actually calling for justice. She says, then and only then will we know the truth. But is the truth enough? Once we know, with all of the heinous crimes that Jeffrey Epstein and his crew and the people he committed those crimes with, is that enough? Just having the truth? But there needs to be justice. There needs to be justice for those victims, for the women or the children then who were abused. And that part to me was missing there. But the other part was, I wondered, why did she put this out? um I had a bunch of different thoughts, that she is putting it out because maybe she knows something is about to happen, and she wants to distance herself from this, the investigation, or whatever is happening, that is coming down, some big news coming down, or or something that is going to affect, that could potentially affect her. So she's basically jumping ship, getting off before is too late. I also, wondered, it's puzzling that she would go public and make this statement and basically distance herself and call for the truth without calling for justice. And this is something that many members of the administration have been pushing back on. So anyway, it makes me wonder, and my thoughts are that she is distancing from what's about to come down. But let me know what you think. Leave me a comment in the comment section. Let me know what you think about her reason for releasing this statement. And go ahead and like, share, and subscribe. Thank you, and I will see you in the next video.